I'm being sued. To find out why, stay tuned to the latest episode of the G-Log.
Meet radio and television personality Gaz Reynolds, the founder of World Domination Records and Great Drive Driving School. Like, comment and subscribe to be part of the journey. This is Gaz Reynolds, the G-Log.
The G-Log album is now on sale worldwide. Get your copy now. Available at YouTube Music, Spotify and all major outlets around the world. Links in the description below. Welcome to another exciting episode of the G-Log. Running a business is never easy, particularly when you're in the public eye like I am, and so some people just become envious or try and cause problems, just like what's happening to me at the moment. I'm being sued for something I just haven't done. It's totally incredible, so let me tell you the story. So basically, many of you know that I've actually got a number of businesses, including a record label, a music career, a driving school. Now my driving school sometimes attracts a few, well, all I can say is difficult customers. Some people might just call them weirdos. And I'll probably call him a weirdo as well. Anyway, so basically in October last year I had a customer that paid for some services for my driving school. Well, actually it was his son. He used his credit card, and I don't know all the details of it, but apparently he used the credit card with his stepfather's consent, but the stepfather actually forgot that he used the credit card, and 2 months later when he saw his statement, he saw what he believed was a suspicious transaction, and so he reported me and my business for fraud, which wasn't the case at all. So that caused a lot of problems, and my business and I were under investigation. The police weren't involved, by the way, so it's not as bad as what it sounds. But then the customer realised what he did wrong, and he actually apologised, and his wife came round and actually paid for the services in cash, which then I issued a receipt, and that seemed to be the end of it. And then a couple of months later, for some reason, the customer's bank actually returned the money that they'd actually taken back under the suspicious circumstances, the fraud that he basically reported, but there wasn't a fraud. So what happened then is the money came back to me via PayPal. I didn't know about it until about 6 weeks later. When I found out, I asked PayPal to refund the money back to the customer because the customer had actually paid cash. Seems pretty complicated, but also seems pretty straightforward to sort out. Was it? No, not really, because the problem was, because the case was under investigation, the bank hadn't actually closed the case, so PayPal couldn't refund the money. Eventually the cases were closed by the bank, and PayPal did refund the money back to the customer. But by this time the customer got really angry, decided to blame me for all of his mistakes, and took me to court. So I'm now being sued for something that I actually didn't do. The customer's actually had his refund, but he's still saying to the court that he hasn't had a refund. To me, that's fraud. Anyway, so at the moment, as it stands, I have to go to court for something that I actually haven't done. I've actually submitted all the paperwork to the court to prove that the refund was actually issued by PayPal and that I actually had nothing to do with this whatsoever. The problem is, I quite often get blamed for things because I'm in the public domain, I guess. I'm a public figure, and if you don't know anything about me, I'll just show you some of the things I actually do. I appear on television and on radio shows quite frequently for things to do with either my driving school or my record label or my music career, like this. So of course when people see things like this, and of course when they see my vlogs on YouTube, they quite often get the wrong idea and think I'm a multi-millionaire. And so then they try and cause problems like what's happening now. So this guy, even though he knows he's had a full refund and actually hasn't got any legal claim over me at all, he's decided to use what he made, his mistake, if that makes sense. His mistake, I think that makes sense. His mistake, he's blaming me for, to try and gain funds from me, immorally. So that's basically what this video is about. Now, if anyone has actually had to go through what I've had to go through, a lot of stress over the past couple of months, hence one of the reasons why there hasn't been as many videos as usual, then please leave your comments down below, because I'd love to hear your stories as well. Now, this story will be continuing, I'm sure, because the final submission date for all the paperwork in relation to this case is on the 10th of April, and it's now the 8th of April, so I wait with bated breath. Ooh. Anyway, as I said, I've done nothing wrong and I've submitted all my papers. PayPal's actually written a supporting document as well to show that the refunds were made, and they've explained that there was delays with chargebacks because those chargeback cases do take time, but of course I'm being blamed. So that's the story of today. Difficult customers trying to screw me for money. Not going to get the money, matey. You've already had your refund. I'll see you in court. Anyway, watch out for some really cool content that's coming your way, plus G-Log merchandise. Really looking forward to that. I thought I'll just air my views today about this particular case, because whilst I'm actually laughing at it, because I do find it quite amusing, it's also very, very worrying, because there's a lot of crazy people out in the community, and this guy seems to be one of them. Now, notice I haven't mentioned his name, I haven't mentioned his address or anything. I might do later on, you never know. But I definitely haven't done any of that, so I'm not breaking any laws. But I think the person who's trying to sue me definitely is, because I think fraud is without a doubt a criminal offence. And if you lie to a court and you tell them that you haven't had a refund, yet you actually have had the refund, I don't think you're going to get away with that. Anyway, as I said, if you've got any stories like mine that you would like to leave comments about in the comment section down below, I would love to hear from you. And if you'd like to see more videos like this, you know, kind of my real life and the world that I live in, where I seem to get harassed quite frequently just because I'm in the public eye, which I think's wrong actually, then please leave your comments down below. That's the end of today's very short video. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you soon.
Hi mortals, I'm Jesus. You can now purchase Gaz Reynolds Presents The G-Log, Album Volume 1 from Apple Music, Spotify, and all major outlets around the world. Includes the massive hits Electronic Kama Sutra, I Only Hear You, and Dark Lady. This is one heavenly experience you won't forget. By the way, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit the notification button so that you can watch every episode of the G-Log religiously.
Electric.
Out now, Gaz Reynolds' new album, The Wedding Album, as featured on Big Review TV and Radio Harrow. Available at iTunes and all major outlets worldwide.